Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D 4X today, like I do most weekends. This is a 2D 4X post-apocalyptic game that I'm working on. It takes place in North America. Currently, I only have Oregon and one county in or Washington. There was just some lightning. It looks like a thunderstorm is happening. My cat did not like it. He wanted outside, which is weird because normally he hides when there's like fireworks or guns going off. I thought this was wrong for a second, but it is not. Um, so we got a list here of stuff, and I was very optimistic yesterday of finishing this population AI, these things today, but then I looked at them again just now, and I was like, I don't think we're going to finish that, but I'm hoping we are. I say we because chat helps me sometimes. But the first thing we want to look at is this can't get to -1. This is in Godot. It's open source C#. I guess I forgot to say that. I hate doing the introduction of shit. I don't know why, but anyways. So we want to make sure we want to check this, and this is in county data somewhere. This county data. Oh, I forgot that I needed to update the README. So because I'm now using Godot 4.3 beta 3, and I have now saved that. And we are going to go to our county data here, and I don't know if I clicked my things. I have to click these things after I start streaming to make sure that YouTube chat comes through, and then I usually do this test thing. I know it's very off topic of what I'm doing, but you know what? It's just part of life. And I just make sure that this came through to the chat comes through there. Anyways, it worked, so we're fine. So what we want to do. I don't know if I'm still streaming. I think I am. I think I'm going to have a power outage. That is what that was. I mentioned thunderstorms. Am I still streaming? All of my stuff went over to a different monitor. It seems like maybe I am. I'm refreshing all these pages. I actually almost said something like if my power goes out, for some reason in Portland, once or twice a year, my power goes out, which I feel like is kind of a lot. So that was like a power surge, which I guess wasn't enough. My monitors went out. Let's see what OBS says. It says I'm still streaming, and I have that thing checked where if now OBS is popping up over here. I have that thing checked where if I'm live, it's supposed to, give a few seconds before it's actually dead. So we'll see. And if the power goes out, then obviously I can't stream. But if it goes out in this will be the shortest stream if it goes out in 2 seconds, and oh, there's some more thunder. You guys probably cannot hear the thunder, but it is making my house shake. Just a little bit. So yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about before that happened? Yeah, so if it goes out, I'm gonna not try to come back on if it goes out long enough to where I'm actually disconnected. It says I'm still connected. We'll wait and see. This will be the shittiest stream. I mean, my streams are always very boring anyways. So this is what we're doing. This is where we remove stuff from this, but we call this somewhere else. Let's search for this. And I keep talking about how long this county data, well, now we're in the banker, but the county data file is getting quite long, and I don't really know when you're supposed to break it apart. Win, how's it going? And I don't know when, at what point, I don't know. This keeps jumping over to the other monitor now. The power outage the power surge was not generous. Generous? Whatever. I don't know when you're supposed to break it into 2 scripts, and then when do you say how do you organize it? These are all things that affect the county data, and I've been slowly removing this stuff from the banker and putting it in the county data because that makes more sense to me now. But Yeah, this thing is like permanently broken. I'm surprised that surge only affected my monitors. It's where you just abandon the. I know that feeling more and more. I'm starting to do the thing where I start a project, then I just abandon it. Um, Part of it is I work on it, and I'll be um, like at the beginning, I'll be like, man, this is such a good idea. This is gonna be so fun. And then I get to the like very, very early on, and I'll be like clicking around, and I'll be like, this isn't gonna be that fun. It's gonna be there. My power is about to go out again. It's flashing. Um, my lights are flashing. Uh, then it's like I start thinking about it more critically, and I go, this is not gonna be fun. This is not fun at all. This is dumb. And then I was like, I'll come up with something better, and then I like switch. And I don't know if it's true, or if it's just some sort of self doubt, but um, yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. So what is going on here? We pass in this amount, it goes to here. Okay, so this is the issue. That was in the banker for some reason. This is, they plan them. I was talking with somebody in chat, and he was saying that just from looking at the data I had, he already had ideas for classes that would be needed later. And yeah, planning them is probably a good idea. So this is if it's greater than 0. I think we want this actually to be greater than 1. I think this is the solution. And that will solve this. We'll see here. Yeah, I've probably mentioned this before, but I think it was EverQuest 2. I worked at this place that made copies of, pieces of paper, and they had me making a copy of EverQuest 2's like Bible, I think they called it. And it was basically the whole game written out in English, like plain English, like if player clicks button, then then open this screen, and this screen will contain this information. And it was like this thick. And it's kind of interesting, like kind of thumb through it to see how, how much they had planned it. We need to get to, okay, that did not solve that problem. Let's do this one more time just to make sure. It was a long time ago, obviously, if I'm talking about EverQuest 2. We need to speed this up. And I think this is, yeah, resources, or remnants is getting to 0, but that might actually just be a coincidence. The problem, I really thought that was going to fix it. Canned food, remnants. Let's check here. Oh, I should do that red thing. I wonder if that's what Joker was talking about. I still can't remember how it works. I think this actually is lowercase. Let's do it this way. Here we go. So it's color equals red. This is already in county data. Of course, now I don't know where I was at. Well, here's one that we should add this to. And then I think at the end we go, oh man, I can hear the thunder's getting, I actually really like thunderstorms. And then we go like that. No, sorry, that was a lie. We go like this. So that's one thing. Here's the other one. I have another one that says the same thing. That doesn't seem like a very good idea, but we're just gonna put this in here anyways. um, let's see. Then there was another one of those. See, like this thing's huge. It's this one is that I wanted. So we're gonna need a $sign. See, I already forgot. It was 2 seconds ago. And as it says, color equals red. And then /color. And tile map layer that might help out with the feature that got me for, I use some of the tile map layer. It seems fine. It seems very similar. I mean, to the other thing, I actually didn't really, I thought the old way that the tile map did it with those layers down at the bottom. I don't think I have a tile map on here, so I can't show you what I'm talking about, but I thought it was very bizarre. I was like, what is this shit? So now I've been using the tile map layers. And you just put a bunch of tile map layers in there. Yeah, I recommend checking it out. So this didn't solve my problem. So what am I doing wrong here? We're already here. Check enough salvageables. This is a return. If there is enough food, then have the idle people start scavenging. That is true. But we also need, and if there is enough available. Oh, I could use that summary thing. I wonder if this would be useful. Let's try it. Except it doesn't, we don't want this. We want this to be, what the fuck? I don't know if the ampersand threw things off or it's just because I put that there. If there's enough food, then have the idle people start scavenging, and if there's enough scavengeables in that county. Those are the two things we're checking. Yeah, Joker showed me all these screenshots, or like a screenshot of on YouTube. Everyone's like, Godot has removed tiled maps, like all these like clickbait things so that people, oh my God, Godot doesn't have tile maps anymore, and you would click it. It's pretty insane how people try to get views on their videos. Monetized everything these days. So okay, so it check enough county scavengeables, and this one's gonna check for canned food. And where's the other one? Why are these next to each other? Why are they just all willy-nilly throughout this whole goddamn thing? I know where it is. Check enough. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this here. It's because as well, let's move this thing to the bottom. And then let's double check that this is right. Yeah, that roguelike that you were making looked pretty sweet. I was saying also the other day that originally my first plan was to make a roguelike when I was learning game development, but there's so much, it's way more complicated than you think. You think, oh, well, you just bump into stuff and you attack it. But there's all sorts of, and I didn't have my heart in it, I wasn't that, I was like, it would be easy, but it's not easy. Everything's hard. All right, so we check if there's remnants, and it returns if there's if this returns true. Man, I feel like this should have worked. Did I not save it? Let's try it one more time. Yeah, I wonder how many people do make a living off of, you know, who are like how many people actually make a living off of YouTube versus it just being a supplement income. I feel like tutorials would be hard to make a living off of. Yeah, the motivations of why people see, well, we're at 1 there. See, now it's stuck over 1 because I moved that up to 1. Maybe, see, these should be 0, but that's what it was, and we were getting that thing. So there must be something else going on here. I knew it. When I looked at this morning, I said, one of these things is going to take me fucking 3 hours to fix. I don't know which one it's going to be, but one of these. Okay, so that, maybe it's not this at all. Maybe this is right and it's the other one. So there's 2 checks. One of them, let's go back to here. Check for healing. No, we don't want that. This is going to be in workday over for population. And then it's under generate. So it's going to go for each person in this population list. It's going to generate scavenged resources. And then it rolls a random between 0 and 1. Just it's like a 50-50 chance to hit one of these things. And you get the resources. So at this point, it's already decided that this person's getting, well, check enough. If there's enough, it would actually bail out if there's. So with this person, maybe it's running like, no, I don't think that. Stream of consciousness here. So it checks with this thing. False. If this equals false, which we just looked at this, but let's look at it again. If scavengeable canned food is greater than 0, it returns true. Oh. We got some other issue here. Something, see, down here, I was like, it's probably a bad idea to have the same thing. Something is seriously fucked up. What is this in? This is population eats food. This is a different problem. And then it could be under here. What is this option here? Perishable food count. Actually, I don't think this is, I think they ran out of food is the, if there's perishable food, non-perishable food, perishable, people eat food, non-perishable. That's a different problem we'll deal with later. Go back to this. Workday over for population, because there should be 2 checks in here. We can actually put the check right here, and then they wouldn't scavenge at all. Like we could say, is there enough resources? And that might actually be a better option than having it go this far. Yeah, then we would only need 1. Let's put this. Let's move. Oh, we would need 2. We need 2 checks, so we might as well leave this here, I guess. Generate scavenge resource with skill check. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, so that's the problem. The generating scavenge resources with skill check is if they pass a skill check, they get more. They scavenge more than like 1 or whatever. So there might be 1, but then they scavenge 3, and so then it's -2. That's what's going on there. So how the fuck do I fix that? Let's think here. We need to. These are the same. These things are the same. So we can move this up, and we could put this if. No, we don't want that. That's the random thing. This is what we do. We move this up. We get rid of this thing because we only actually need 1 of these. So it's going to do the skill check. They'll get experience from this though, which is okay. That's fine. Who gives a fuck? It's like 1 an experience point or something. I don't even know if that's a thing on my list. All right, so we move the amount up, and then we go into this check enough things, and then we pass in an int called amount, and then if this is greater than amount, it returns true, and if this is greater than amount, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. So it will be like, hey, you rolled this amount, and is your thing, is there enough to do that amount? If this returns, okay, so then we need to pass, and what the fuck is this thing? Check for scavenge, I mean, I know what this is, it's just in the wrong spot. We need, oh, see, this is the second spot. I knew there was another spot. Let's go to these other ones, though. Let's fix this first part. So this needs to pass in that, and it needs to pass in amount. And this needs to pass in this, and it needs to pass in amount. So those are those 2. And then this, check for scavenging food. See, there's 2 different spots. Days start, check for scavenging food. So this is where it's going to, so there's 2 things. They're actually scavenging. Do I need to? Now that I think about it, we would have to do the math on all of it if we did it this. Meaning we would have to, it would be so fucking, we'd have to do all of the skill check math ahead of time. And then we could do that, but it would be a pain. We can put an arbitrary number in here temporarily. I mean, not temporarily. We don't know how much. We could just put like 1 in here, and then it would possibly try to have them scavenge stuff. Let's put a note in here. Yeah, this is, if there's enough food, then have idle people start scavenging. And if there's enough scavengeable, and if there's enough scavengeables in county, It is set to 1 because that is easy. Don't worry about it. And then we'll go like this. This actually will have little to no effect because, you know, me and Joker have talked about that a lot too. So I watch a lot of his videos, you know, for tutorial help, and then I also upvote them, and they're rarely ever suggested to me. And the other thing that's weird is they rarely ever show up. It's not always true. Like sometimes they'll show up. I would say 20% of the time they'll show up in my searches when I can put almost like the exact title in there, and it will show other videos. You know, it'll even put like Unity videos in there when it'll be like Godot, whatever, Godot tile map. And he has a tile map video, you know, and he has like a couple of them. It's very strange how it picks what to show you. And the other thing that's weird too, you know, on my video game channel, there's another guy who has a very similar video game channel that I've talked to a bunch of times. And I look at his views versus, you know, so I want to compare to see if my video game channel is doing good or whatever. I look at his, and he sometimes doesn't get like any views. And it doesn't make any sense. I'll skip around in his videos and they'll be fine. They're good, you know? And I'm like, why doesn't he get any views? And sometimes I don't get any views too. I'm not saying like I'm better or whatever. I'm just saying it's weird how, I don't know. It's very strange how YouTube picks stuff. And you know, you hear a bunch of stuff like if you say suicide or you cuss a lot, that they put you down and they stash your video and don't show it to recommend it to anyone. But I don't know how true that is because I cuss all the fucking time. And I talk about suicide all no. But I don't know. It's very, very strange how they do that. Now we have to test this again. And I think I'm just going to ignore this seriously fucked up for now. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that seriously fucked up is not the right terminology that we want there. All right, let's boost this up to 8. And 1's fine. It should actually like stop at some point. No, you know what we needed to do? That's not going to work. We need this to be 0 actually, because it's greater than. So it's not even having them do a thing. We want it to be close. You know that somebody would be playing this, be like, it only ever gets to 1 in 50 years when I'm done with this. Done? Are you allowed to finish video games in this day and age? I kind of feel like you aren't. See, the thing is that there isn't enough. This is what we have to do. Jesus Christ, what a pain in my ass. This is what we have to do. We have to put back what I just did. It doesn't matter. We get rid of this stuff. We get rid of this. We save that. We'll jump over to here. We get rid of this amount. We put this back to 0. The problem isn't this check. The problem is we need this additional check. We need to subtract it and like just say if it goes below, to make it 0. That's the way to do it. That is the easiest way to do this here. We just have that check, and if they have, that means they'll just have scavenged the last of it. So remove resources from available county counts. And this is where we're just subtracting this. You know what we also could do? We can make this a getter setter and just have it like never go below 0. The one problem would be with that is that what happens if there's some bug where it's like they're just constantly scavenging and they're not getting anything and we wouldn't know. But what we could, let's go back over to this other thing and we'll put a little note in here, not a note. We want it to be county workday over, generate scavenged resources. Oh, but there's another problem. If we set it to 0, if we just say don't go below 0, they're still going to generate the amount. So if we go to here, so this is what we need to do is in here, we need to go int, actually let's put it up here, int amount generated, and then we say amount generated equals this. I hear the thunder again. And then we say the amount equals, what is this thing? Math F floor to int. And then we want, I don't think it's floor. We want it to pick the lowest. We want it, it's not, it's max. We want max. And it actually might be math max. But we don't want this. We want, yeah, we want it to be max between the amount generated and the counties. We don't know what county we're in, but we're in the county's scavenging availability. Oh shit though. Okay, so the problem with that is that then they're gonna scavenge the whole amount if that's in there. So we want math min, and it will pick the lower between the two. So we want math min, I think. God damn it. So let's say there's 5,000 available and they roll a 3, or they get 3. Math min will make it pick 3. Math max would make it pick 5,000. And so what's going to happen is that 5,000 will slowly get chipped away until it's finally down to 2, and it hits this. It will go, they'll have a 3 and a 2, and it will pick the 2, right? I think, which means we need to pass in also the county data here, because we need to know what county this is that this is happening in. So we'll go county data, and then we'll go county data, motherfucker though. So this is just this, what is this returning? We're not going to do this here. We're going to go back. We're going to put this all back. We're going to go here. Go, come on. Just return. Go, keep going back. Keep going. Look at all these possibilities I went through. Keep going. There we go. We're almost there. Yeah, get out of there. No, yep. Uh-huh. There we go. All right. We're going to go back to this thing, wherever the fuck this was. Here. And we're going to return this amount generated. Then here, we're going to go Int amount equals math. Well, why math f or math f or math? Math f min. We're going to go amount generated, comma, this all needs to be moved back as well, because why would I ever write code that I don't have to put back at some point, right? This needs to go down here again. Then we go county data. What are we in? Canned food, scavengeable canned food. Holy shit. And then that will put this add resources to the county, and that will also remove them from the county amount. Math min. I think this is what we want. And then down here we do the same thing, except it's different. The same but different. And then this is going to remove it from scavengeable remnants. And what skill are we using here? Scavenge. Perfect. Okay. I think every time I do like math min, or math max, I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And I still, like I said, I don't know what the difference. Let's ask. No, I'm not going to ask ChatGPT. Let's Google it. Math F versus math. Okay, so it has some functions. Well, I'm not using Net 6 though. Well, they have their own little math thing too. That's straight math. Vector math? Do I care? I don't really care that much. So let's see here. Now let's run this. That wasn't that horrible. I'm already like celebrating. What's the don't count the chicken in the hand? I guess sort of applies. Well, we got zeros. And then let's rerun it. You know, that could be a one-time thing. You know, we could have checked this other county too. Yeah, that worked because it was at 1 for a second there. All right, everything's fixed. We'll never have any issues with that ever again in our whole lives. I hope. Check to see if preferred work is already assigned so it doesn't do it every day. Do I care? I think we do care. I keep saying at this point, like, optimization is going to be something we're going to want to do, but later, like when we start having issues, which should be pretty soon. This is decide building county improvements. That is for the next day. Check for preferred work. So this goes through every county improvement that is complete, and then it's going to go through every person. And what I'm saying, no, is that not what I'm saying? Okay, so it's saying, I think I know what it's doing. I think what this note means. This is different. This we need it to check every day to see if the county improvement has the same skill that they prefer to do. I think what it's saying is, and this may not even actually do it like this. Yeah, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. This is some old ass shit in here. That's gone. It only does it at the county generation. It picks their preferred work. And it does need to check every day, because if they're done working on that building, They want to work where their preferred work is. And we just saw that I did put a benefit from passing a skill check, because that was why that bug was happening, because there was a benefit from the skill check. So that one's done. Close this thing. Get out of here. Once storage is full, they will stop working or start looking for another job. So I haven't done this at all, I'm positive. And that's basically in the same spot where we were just generating. So let's actually run this for a little bit and see. I just want to double check our storage is being used. I know I looked at it yesterday and it was, but let's just check again. I don't know how I did the storage to know that it just started working. And that seems okay. That said 2 and 1, which is not the same order as this, but I guess that's fine. And this is 2 and 1. Really? They just happen to have the same amount? I mean, it's totally possible. But, oh, you know why? Because we ran out of scavengeables. Did I put that in? No, that was in some bizarro place. It was like at the top of the banker, and I was like, eh. It was in some, yeah, it was in some weird spot. And I think it was, we don't want either of those. I'm going to keep it here. No, we're setting that in some weird, here it is. Where is this? It's just here for some reason. Nothing else is here. No other variables are here. But I wanted this one just to make my life difficult, I guess. I could move it, but, you know, that would be... that would be... that'd make life easy for later. All right, now we can speed this up here. And... all right, so let's pause this. Resources, 2, 24, and 1. 2, 24, and 1. Once again, not in the same order. 15, 1, 1. 15, 1, 1. All right, so that is working. So now we need to have a check and be like, hey, there's already enough stuff. We need 2 checks actually for that. This is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. We need, I mean, we can use the same check, but we need it to be checked in 2 spots. One, if they're working at a building, and then another check where if they're scavenging. So if we go to here, it's back actually when we assign them to, so end of day is not when it's at the day start. So we got to go check for idle. We already have that. Actually, workday over, it generates their resources. It checks keep working at county improvements. So all it does, I couldn't remember how this worked. It's just checking their loyalty. And if their loyalty is fine, they keep working at that county improvement. Is that what we wanted? I guess. Yeah, this is like kind of we're going to have a couple of different loyalty checks, but this is the main one that works right now. We're going to also have like a job satisfaction type thing. So first, before this though, oh, actually, what we'll do, we need to check the storage. I wonder how I did the storage. I hope I turned it into a dictionary. You know how I think I did it? Was I think I assigned it to that resource. I think the resource knows how much um, storage it has. Let's look at this. This is the max amount that can be stored. All right, so what we would do is, I don't fucking know. We're gonna check, and this is still underpopulated. I can move this, but once again, like there's so much shit over there. So we keep working at improvement. This is where we need to add this. And this is so nice. This is so nice, as in, this is so easily done with it just updates the activity and it just goes idle and then it will check again later. Um, I don't actually think we want to do it there. It doesn't know. Actually, the county population does know. Oh, we didn't null out where they were working. Huh. I bet you at some point. Well, I didn't make any county improvements. I bet you at some point. Yeah, you know what? I forget how I did this. Richard Haywire. Oh, and he's unhelpful. Dick Haywire is unhelpful. And look, he's got 100% loyalty though. I can't remember how I did this. Now let's run this for a day. Well, that wasn't very helpful. Let me take a screenshot of their loyalty. And then I think their loyalty goes down. I know their, oh, so it's their happiness. I'm comparing this to the screenshot. Okay, this guy, Norma Bell here, actually lost 5 loyalty. I wonder why. They should be gaining happiness. I wonder if I have something in here. Norma is generating scavenged resources. Norma, you're not supposed to do shit. But that could be a different Norma because I only put their first name in there. Because I was lazy. And you know they also it's possible for them to get the same exact name. It's just highly unlikely. I wonder why Norma Bell's losing loyalty. Oh, we got to put a county improvement for them to start working at here. Speed this shit up. I need to put some hotkeys in. Let's do a screenshot again. Why am I looking at this? Like some people are really happy. So let's see. Dave Roberts went up. Robert Adams. Well, I guess I could just move this over here. You guys can see what I'm looking at. Same, same. Same, 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 same. The only thing is that Dave Robinson went up. He's the leader, though. Does that even apply? Thought I saw another bug there. So let this run for another day or two here. I think 8 is too slow, but the problem is if I speed it up to 16, I bet you we start having that same bug before with the clock. Okay, so now there's only one person working at the Fisher's shed. What the fuck is going on here? So this unhelpful person, maybe I was looking at the wrong person. No, but then this person, Angela Roberts, went down, which actually is true because they're working. And they get a negative to work. If you're working, yeah, all these people went down. That all seems right. I don't know what that one thing is. We'll just ignore it. But why are all these people? Why is the Fisher Shack not filled with people working? Let's let a day go by here. Um, so they should scavenge. Well, let's go through down the list. There's some. I think there's something broken there that I just noticed when I was looking at something else. So it should go down. Check for idle. Are they idle? Are they loyal? And it checks for the unhelpful perk. Those people are all helpful except for this person. And they're stoked. They're just lazing around. They're happy. They don't work. All right, man. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good shower. Have a good night. All right, so it checks for idle and adds them to this possible workers list. And then it checks for preferred work, which we've kind of already looked at. It goes through everything here. And it updates their work location. It removes the person there. Then it checks for any work. And then it checks for construction, checks for scavenging food. So I feel like it's one of these is not quite working right. Preferred work, I wonder if we can look, I mean, I know we can look at, this has been running the whole time. We can look at your preferred work is research. So this person isn't even their preferred work. Wonder what their deal is, why this one person is working here. The Fisher's Shack should have, it says that there's 5 people working here. What? So it's quite possible, actually, that this thing is busted. And it's not that they're not working there, it's just that they were scavenging it at some point or something. What are you doing? Well, I guess it's not going to help us. Wow, look at how many things we got. They're all out of food, which is kind of strange. I bet you this isn't updating right. If I remember correctly, which I think I worked on yesterday, was the workers updates the count. It's off the count of the people on the list. I bet you the activity just is not updating right. So let's look at how I'm doing that. Check for preferred work. Update activity to work. But why would the one, because that one person was probably idle, and then they got assigned to this. How does update activity work? It just assigns it, yeah. It's nothing deep over there. Okay, so we can check for this preferred work. This should be filling up the goddamn logs with what? If okay, so this is only going to show us though. Hey, Lord Mac, how's it going? This is only going to show us the people who are working at their preferred skill. Oh, you know, it's not translating it. That's why I was like, "What is this? Why is it doing this?" It's just not transfer. It's just not a. Wait. Catherine Garcia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the? I didn't put like a date on here. We only have 11,000. So this is the problem with this filter. The other day I was like, the filter thing's dumb, and it is dumb. The problem with it filtering instead of searching, and there is a search button here, but it doesn't. Filter is not what you want. You want search, because I can't click on it. I don't know where the context of this is. And I need to be able to jump to those log files. So there should be, and maybe there is one and I'm just doing it wrong. I'm hitting Control F, and I guess it only allows you to get rid of it. So I think well, this could be way, way, way back at the beginning of these 11,000 logs. See, there's that weird perishable thing. Oh, I have a bug. I have a bug in here. People eats food. Eats food. Eats. Color equals red. Oh, there's a dollar sign. Slash color. Which one was that? Perishable. Color equals red. Dollar sign. It's got to be something. Because I copied and pasted it. Neither one of these say rich. This other... This one worked. How is this different? Copy this whole thing. Unrelated to what we're looking at, though, we're gonna have to look at why that's hitting that, though. At some point, I just want to keep on. See, this is working. We don't need it to check that much if it is checking that much. We need to try to like make it check less. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, but see, look how I'm looking for stuff. At this point, I've been looking for so long that I forgot what I was looking for. We're looking for preferred. The word preferred. I could have even I could have even went past it. Maybe you can right click on it or something. I mean, I can copy it and select all. Yeah, it's so like, why didn't they use it in a normal search function? Like they should have both. You should be able to filter. Maybe I can pick one of these things. Nope. Huh. Let's go back to that preferred. Check for preferred work. This is where we're at. I'm going to take a break in a second here. We could. We're going to put their last name in here too, since that was confusing. We could make this like green or something so I could find it easier. I need to find this. I need to find this just so that I can see when this is happening. You know what we also could do, I suppose? I think it's just this is wrong. This activity is not getting updated right. And the preferred work, let's see, let's find a better place to put a check for this. Let's put the check in when we generate the resources, because when we generate the resources, we can say like, hey, we'll know where they're working. In fact, right here is where we can put a thing in where I was just messing around with this stuff. So we can put a GD print in here. And we can put, what do we know? What are we passing in here? We just have the county improvement data. Let's take this out. Let's go back to generate our thing. Let's put it in that switch. And we can say, because we know the county data in here, and we know the population, the county population. So we can go GD print, and we'll make this one green, I guess. $, color equals green, I think is how that's done. County population, first name is working at Squigs County Improvement Data, county population, current improvement name. And then we got to do like /color or something. Once again, this doesn't, I didn't have the rich thing on there and it was still working on one of them. I think this has to have rich on here. All right, I'm gonna hit run on this. I should just let it run the whole time I'm on my break, and then we'll like have some real long-term data here. But I'm not gonna do that. We got to put a county improvement into play here. Okay, so that time pause kept paused, and it wasn't paused. That was the county improvement panel. I was like, there's something fishy going on with our pause here. But I wasn't sure what it was. Ralph is working. Do we have two Ralphs? Is it really? The problem with this. No, this is the only place that's gonna. Is that right? It says Ralph is working at the Fisher's shed. There's no Ralph there. There's a Ralph there. The AI is doing stuff. So if we only care about our stuff, county data, faction data is player equals true, then we're gonna print this stuff. We're gonna have enough logs here without. I didn't think that that was working right, but maybe it is working right, that the AI is assigning stuff. I mean, it would be nice if it was working right. I guess I just don't remember. I am going to take a break here in a second, though. We got to put a county improvement in here. And I didn't test the one thing. All right, it's been 5 days. What does this say? Okay, so it's back to just one person working there. It says yeah, I think that this isn't updating right. Surely. So this is going through. See, we got Jessica, we got Jack, Aaron's an asshole, William, Tammy, Judy, Larry, Robin. All right, so these 4 people are working there. So this scavenging thing is messed up somehow. So that's a better issue than it could be. It could be it could be that everything was broken. But I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm stopping my music that you guys can hear. And I almost clicked. I guess the thunderstorm's over. I almost clicked stop streaming is why I mentioned that. No more power surges. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and we're gonna figure this out. I think it's just a thing. You know, we had a thing that was set at some point that I decided I didn't want to do. That was getter setter for construction. Why is this unsaved? Current research has its own little thing. That's going to be a different problem down the road. Current improvement. Okay, so yeah, this probably can go away, but it's not the problem. I was thinking maybe we had it set to where it was updating the activity. I wonder if we have. So let's go back. It's got to be one of these things. Is this? I don't think this is this person's preferred work. Their preferred work is to scavenge. So it's not that. Who are these people? Jack. His preferred work is cool. That can't be right. That's not right. It can't be cool. Preferred work skill is not getting assigned right. One dude had cool as their preferred work. I bet you I know what that problem is. I bet you I know what that problem is. I'm going to look right now, but I just want to put that in there in case I get sidetracked. Probably what that is construction's physical strength. Cool is mental strength. Is a combat. That's what I was looking for, but it is checked right. Combat skills aren't preferred work. Or they're supposed to not. They're not supposed to be. We'll look at that after we figure this out. Update activity to work. So this is under for preferred work. It checks. We need to then check any work. This is not there. I'm not looking in the right spot. We need to look at day start. Check for any work. Their activity has changed to work. I guess I can just search for like this whole thing. But yeah, but that. What is this? Check for scavenging food. That is right. Check for scavenging remnants. I wonder if they're still on the list, but then it would actually. We're looking for one that's changing their activity to scavenge. What is changing this to scavenge and not making them scavenge? How is that even possible? Maybe they are not getting removed from the possible workers list and it kicks them over. Okay, well, here's a problem. It needs to add them right here. If this equals that, and that's less than that, it needs to add them to the list of workers to remove or whatever it's called. So this is one problem there because they're out of this thing, and then it removes them there. I don't see that there, so I think it's in check for any work. We have the same problem here. Oh, I wonder if I was putting it like over in here. I am. I wonder why I put it over here, because this is kind of confusing to have it over here. It also may not work correctly, so let's get rid of that. Let's go back over to this preferred work. Update work location. Oh, maybe I was just trying to make life easy. But no, we're going to put it, I want to be able to see it, I think. Check for any work. It's got to be one of these things. Maybe this is, then let's see. So that removes it there. Where is this doing? Let's go. Maybe this is in the wrong spot. Because it looks like the activity is set right. Like I don't see any places where the activity. But it shouldn't be saying, oh, but it would add them to the county improvement list. So they would be working in two spots. Update work location. That's probably what's happening is they're working in two spots, which would be nice. I bet you when I move that thing over to here, it doesn't work right. I bet you that didn't work right. So let's see. So it goes to the first county improvement, and then it goes through this list, and it says, hey, are you on the preferred list? And if they are, it adds them to this. But then it goes to the next one. So they can't duplicate. We could actually put this, I think, down here. Because it can't duplicate. They don't have, oh, it could duplicate. There could be two things that have. I felt like I was so close. So then after it goes through everybody on this list, it should remove them. And then the next thing is check any work. It goes through the county improvement, and it's like, hey, is there county improvement count less than this? Then add them in here. It removes them, and that's in the right spot, I feel like. This thing is done multiple. We should make it its own method. I don't know. I wonder if putting that in that other thing was causing the problem. Like it doesn't happen at the right time or something. They're working at both is the issue. I'm almost positive. They adds them to that list. We could do like a list with notify or something. Because I'm pretty sure this was working at some point. They're all set to scavenge, which is wrong. And it says that there's 5 builders. Yeah, I think this was working at some point. Yeah, they're all set to scavenge now. When this should be updating. Update current improvement. Yeah, that's just a straight up. We're not even doing this to the right spot. That should be a cat. Oh, wait. It's not a? I thought I just looked at this. Current county improvement. Let's just get rid of this getter setter because we don't need it. So let's just get rid of it right now. Simplify things. This needs to go to here. This needs to change to that. It keeps acting like this doesn't. Oh, this needs to be public, and I can't jump to it. I don't know. Or maybe I could have. County population. Public. And then we need to go back to here. See, this one has the uppercase thing. So some of these have uppercase. We need to fix the county improvement part, though. Maybe we'll need it later. We can put it back in. It's not that big of a deal. County improvement, current county improvement is a lowercase c there. And this one should, what is your problem? Are you using a directive or... Oh, there's like a typo in here, I think. There's... What? Improvement has an E in it, right? Let's see. It does. So there was a typo in there. Besides our other issue, there was a typo in there. And how... This should also say this, but see, it's like, it doesn't know what that is because, do I have two? That would be crazy if there was two of these things in here. Current county improvement. Oh, okay. This one's called county improvement data is why. I thought it was called current county improvement as well. Current county improvement. Okay, so now it's fixed with the typo is fixed. All right, now we just got to fix all of these things. See that? And I never noticed that. Jesus Christ. I could do a find and replace, I suppose, to current county improvements. Here's some old shit. What is this? This sets the current activity, then checks to see if its building worker research is null. And if it isn't, then it adds to where to the end of the label. Okay, this probably doesn't mean to be that complicated anymore, but it's... That was like a thing. We still have more, come on. All right, these are different. Oh, no, they're gone. All right, so that's one weird shit that was fixed. Let's get rid of whatever this was. Yeah, we're almost done with work. In fact, this will be done soon. We'll have removed work completely. This needs to be saved. So I think what's happening... I still think they're getting applied. They're working in two different spots. Check loyalty with skill check. Okay, so this actually does a roll. I forgot about this. So it does a roll on their, so they can stop working on something even though they have a 95 on their loyalty. They just might not feel like doing it anymore. For that time. And that said, it's just returning if the check, skill data to check, is loyalty adjusted, it returns true. And so if we go back to wherever that thing was, Um, that was in a day. Oh, there's our county AI thing. Um, if it's not equal to true, why would I say not equal to true? Why wouldn't I just say equal to false? If the loyalty check is false, it sets them to idle. Skill data.check equals if the skill roll is less than the skill amount, it's true. This all looks fine. I mean, I'm looking for like some minor error that's throwing everything off. I mean, I guess it's pretty major at that point. So if their activity is scavenging, it sets them to idle, generates the resources, sets them to idle. If the building is done, they will be set to idle somewhere else. If it's working, if it's set to work seems to be the problem here. Check loyalty to see if they still want to work. Then if they don't, then they get set to idle. And that seems to be working. And then we add random happiness to the population if they're idle. Something somewhere got slightly changed, and now it's throwing off everything. So let's go back to our check for idle. Goes through the whole county population and adds them to the possible worker if they're idle and their loyalty, which is another check again, I guess, and their check for perk unhelpful is false. And that adds them to this list. And then we go check for preferred work. I'm just going to move this. Actually, these are in the right order. They're going to move this up to or down someplace. Where the fuck was that thing? Check for idle. It's going to be here. And then, okay, so it goes through the county improvements. It goes through the, so for preferred work, it goes through the county, completed county improvements, which we're assuming that that is, they're getting assigned to that. And this is a check for their preferred work, updates their activity. If this, and it has less than that, it updates their work location. It adds them to the county improvement list, update current county improvement. Is that happening twice? It's not. And then it adds them to this list. And then after it's gone through all of the county population, it should remove the workers from the possible workers list. Workers to remove from possible workers. Remove. Wait, workers to remove from possible workers is cleared after that. That seems right. We don't need the list anymore for that. And then we're going to add to it again. Okay, so then check for, I don't know why these ones are white and the other ones are whatever. So then we go through this completed, this is for any work. If the county count is less than this, then it does this. Update work location and updates their activity. That looks correct. Check for construction. If this, it updates their activity to build and it updates their work location, and then it remove. Oh, this doesn't have the thing. That's why I added that thing on there inside work location. But I think it's going to be easier. Possible workers remove county population, and I had remove on there. Oh wait, no, we wanted to add. I had add on here, I think, because we wanted to add it to that list, and that's one of the things that's weird, is it won't wait workers to wait. That was a mistake. Where the fuck was that? It was under check for construction. Hey, that's back to being yellow. Workers. We need to add that to the list because it can't be inside this thing because we're checking it. So we're doing that there. Check for scavenging food. That's there. For each county population that's in the possible, I feel like the possible workers is we're not removing them correctly. Check for scavenging. This has the right thing, workers to be removed. It's adding. We could also, this should never actually say remove except in one spot. And it doesn't. We're removing this. For each one of these, we're removing it from here, and then we clear it. Okay, well, I guess that's the same. It's not the same, but it's similar enough that that works. I don't know what we're running into here. It's weird. It was working. What is this? Actual use faction resources is obsolete? What? Oh, is this unsaved? Aha. We fixed that. Okay. I always say that one of the things I really like about programming is that the program that you write does what you tell it to do, even if it's wrong. Okay, so so this should all be scavenging, and then we should go to build a county improvement, and then at the end of the day, well, 1 a.m. it should now kick over some people. So now those people are right. No, it's, the building has never been a problem. It's always been the working there is when they start. Maybe it has something to do because it seems like it starts happening over time. I want to test something. It paused that. Oh, it's still paused. So opening county improvement also is bugged. And I already know what that problem is too. But I'm going to put it on here. County, opening the county improvement panel pauses the game, but when you close it, then it stays paused. We don't want that. We want it to return to whatever you had it before. Okay. So then back to this. Okay, so we have 2 people who are working at the Fisher Shack. Yeah, so like something starts going wrong after a minute. Um, and I'm not quite, there's some of my, something in my logic is not quite right. So they're doing like logic, they're doing the loyalty test, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't be. Yeah, it still thinks there's 5 people working there too. I wonder if that's not right either. We updated that yesterday, I think. That is under, what are you doing? That is under um, the county improvement, not the county improvement data. We don't need this research shit open. We need that under um, it is under the county improvement control here. When that thing pops open, it's not under that. It's under this thing, under the button. Amount of construction. Check for build button. We have a new banker in there. Update possible building labels. Then we should have another one. I guess it's all one thing. Okay, so this is when it's in the research part, and then this is under the, if this is visible, that checks to see if there's enough money to build it. This is all in the possible thing, though. I guess we just reassign its parent or something. We can get rid of this since we have we can get rid of this since we have multiple of. We can have. If county improvement data dot status equals none, it sets the amount of construction and the max builders. Else, it hides the improvement, the influence cost, and it says the county amount of construction. None of this shit looks like, okay, so here's the workers thing. Current workers. Okay, so this is wrong. This is wrong. This should be county population add improvement count. I thought that I fixed this, but we don't do it that way. Did I save that shit? Okay, so that's giving us the wrong data there to even begin with. See, I was so overly optimistic. I knew it. Right before I started streaming, I was like, there's no, one of these things is going to take forever, like I said earlier. So let's put this lumberjack station, and it seems like it works for a while, then it starts going bad after a minute. Building a lumberjack station only has 2 people, so maybe that's not the best thing here. 2 builders. Did I do the builders? Are they getting their count from the people who work there? Let's see. Builders is current builders versus max builders. This is wrong too. I thought I fixed this yesterday. Maybe I fixed some other thing yesterday. Maybe I have two things that are doing the same thing. Maybe I didn't save it. I feel like it would have told me if I hadn't saved it. It's easier just to use the count because we know the count is right. Well, if it's wrong, that's a better indication that something's going wrong. Let's do this one again because it has more people working there. 1 o'clock passed. We got 5 people there, as it should be. It says 5 builders now. We could also make it cost a little bit more to build so that we could see how long this works. Whoops, it's the wrong button. Now it says we have 5 workers there, and we do. Let's see when then like the next day this starts going wrong here. 5 workers. 5 workers. No, 4 workers. And this says 5 workers, which is now pulling that number. Let's double check, but I'm pretty sure it's pulling that number from the count. Where the fuck was I getting that? Where did I change that shit from yesterday? Amount of construction, max amount. You know what we can do to make this work how I want it to work? Whoops. Is we can get rid of current workers, or just comment it out for now and see if we get bugs. Is there a constructor in this? There's no constructor in this either. Some of them do. Okay, there's one. Well, okay, so this is where I think I did this yesterday. This was assigning this. Yeah, so this gets assigned. Where is this getting assigned? Count workers and builders. This is what I did yesterday. Wondering if like maybe we're not removing them from, well, no. It would actually, if we're not removing them from this list correctly, then it would say that that's full and it would set them to scavenge. It would check and be like, ah, no, that's full. Where am I doing this? Because we could skip this. So this is doing it here. Let's take this out. I don't think we actually need this now that we changed that other spot. It just puts in the count there. These are all things that we're probably going to get rid of over here. Just seeing if there was any weirdness. So what was my idea? That that list isn't getting removed when they're being taken out of it. It doesn't seem to be a problem when they're building it. It just seems to be a problem. You know why? It could be, though. Let's look at this construction, because I added that list later. It could be... update work location. So they're still at the county improvement at this part. So when the construction's done, we need to clear that list. Now we may already be doing it, but let's see. Check if county improvements are done. We are. Okay, so that is being checked already. We have 5 workers. Well, if it says workers, that means they're working there. And that's 5. So at some point, they're failing. Oh, look at this! Like a bunch of people are no longer on there. But I bet you this still says 5. They're still in the list is the problem. And so what's happening is they're on the list, and so when it does that check to try to put them back to work, it's like there already are enough workers there, but they should have been removed from this list. And this is all manual shit, which is terrible. There's probably got to be a better way to do this. But I'll think of it some other point. Okay. And we added this list later, which is why these issues have appeared. So let's go back to how are we doing this. So we need to see. It's probably that loyalty check thing. I just had another thought. Oh, it would be hard to do that though. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible. So I was thinking maybe we don't assign a copy of the thing to them. It's not this list. It's when they're completing their work. Check for work. So this is when they're getting assigned the work. We need to say decide. We don't care about that. Count. It's none of this stuff. It's workday over. We go to our workday over. We update their activity. We complete the construction. So under completing the construction, this is where they're getting their skill check, just to give them the construction bonus, basically, to if they get with skill check. So this is just seeing if they get the bonus of their skill bonus for working on that. Which is, we're back to workday over. If building is done, they will get set to idle somewhere else. Where? Because that's what's going wrong. Check if county improvement is done. So, completed improvements is clear. Is this necessary? If the county improvement is done, make everyone working in an idle. Update current county improvement on the population is done. But see, this is where we're going wrong, is right here. That's why there's also like, well, maybe not. So what are we doing here? Okay, so we're just checking the under construction thing. If the county improvement is done, make everyone working on it idle. So we update their activity to idle, and we update their current county improvement to null, which is what we did yesterday. We set this as complete. Oh, we are clearing this list. Okay, so this sets the status of the county improvement to complete. So then we clear the list of the county. All right, so that's right. And then we add this to the completed county improvements is added to here. This has the same fucking typo. um, and then we move. So we have to add this we have to have this list, I guess. This temporary list that's only going to be here. And we completed county is added and we remove it from there. So that looks right for the construction. So where are we doing? It seems strange that so many people would be failing their loyalty check. Check loyal to see if they still want to work there. You know, which even so, there's a problem with this. There's another problem that I noticed earlier. If we go back to this, and this thing, the check for idle, actually checks their loyalty. And this is the, oh no, this is a different loyalty. We should do like check will work loyalty. So this is just checking above their loyalty adjusted. If it's greater than or equal to this, then it just returns true, which that's fine. Okay, I thought it was it's doing a different check, which I don't know if we need to do a different check. Okay, so that I thought it was checking the same loyalty, and if that's true, they get added to that idle list. So for work, what is going on with this? Oh, we're adding that amount. Generate work resources. Keep working at county improvement. All right, here's the problem. Here it is right here. We've only been dealing with this for 2 hours. Okay, it's more like an hour and a half, but if this is false, they get set to idle, but they're still on that list. So what we need to do with this instead, this was such a nice little idea, like, hey, we can just set this to idle. We can still do this here, though. We can go, this is going to be very convoluted. Current county improvement, population at county improvement, remove themselves. Can I do this? Keep working. We're just checking a county and we just check one. This is for every single person. All right, I think that might have been the problem right there. They were never removing themselves from this list, so they were still in there. I'm a little concerned that they're still, even though I double check this. So it removed, what point does it do this real quick? Okay, this is in the day. So it's going to set them to idle. It will have removed them from that list. I bet you we get a bug here, though. Where was that? We have 2 different loyalty checks. It's kind of a lot. maybe I'll put a note in here for the next round. We have two different loyalty checks. One is a check at the end, at the beginning of the, that's not spelled right, day. Yeah, I know, suggest, there we go, under check for idle. The other one is every day the workers roll a loyalty check to see if they want to keep working at the county improvements. This seems like a lot of loyalty checks. Okay, I'm not going to make that an issue. No, I am going to make that an issue. That's something we need to look at. But back to this test here. We need to build a county improvement. 0. It said 0. That's right. It says 5. We have 5 people working there. And, you know, and because they're on that list, they would never get, they would never get added back because that list was 2. So we have 5 workers now. There are our 5 workers. We're going to keep this at speed 8 here and let it run for a minute. One more day. Okay. We have 5 workers here. We have 5 workers there. Oh, the under construction thing's gone too. We'll let it run for another few minutes here. Oh, it's a perfect time for me to take a break. We have 5 workers. We have 5 workers. All right, I'm gonna let this run while I go smoke, and then we'll see if we can come back and like it's compounding. This is like back to the idea, and this is like a perfect example of it, of where I was talking about a long while ago, where you get like hyper focused on something. So I was just checking, and it was like, yep, they're getting assigned to work this thing, but I wasn't checking like the long term running. So like that's where the players run into shit, is because the players are going to be running that all the time. You know, they're going to be running it for a long period of time, but I'm just checking that one little thing. Did this one little thing work? And it did, but then if I let it run a little bit longer, it started breaking. So I'm going to throw out my break timer. Let's let this run for all of eternity, and then we'll come back and see like all the bugs that have appeared. I don't know. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back and I'm 100 days in. Let me turn up my break timer and then we will turn on my music that you guys can't hear. And let's check this shit out here. Looks good, except for that. All right, so I was thinking while I was outside that this is actually a shitty way to do this. So I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna write a note for the next round. When a population's activity changes, it should automatically remove itself from the county improvement list, and also set its county improvement to null. This could be done with a switch, and I kind of had it half-assed. It was working. There was a switch in there that I deleted because it was not very good. But that would have taken care of that. Let's go to this county improvement. I just opened the goddamn thing. Here it is. And then on hide, we don't have any. It must be on visibility change. We have it on unpause time. So there was a... There was a problem with the other... Let's see here. County improvement is paused. It's still paused. Unpause it. You turn it on, you close it, and now it's unpaused. Is it like the only time? Is it only at the beginning that it does that? Let's see. I clicked that twice, I think. Programming is an interesting thing to get into. I recommend everyone try it at some point. They should teach it in classes. Wait, this isn't what we're testing. We're just... it was paused there. Maybe it's only intermittent. I wonder if it's one of these things where if I'm hovered over a certain thing, it doesn't work. Maybe if it's like I click on this, maybe it's just all in my mind. I haven't been moving that around. Huh. Now it won't do it. I'm making sure that I am not pressing space. My hand is nowhere near the space bar. Because I am one of those people who constantly presses space on things. So it's paused right now. What happens if we go here? It's still paused. Now I'm pressing space. Oh, you know what? I was speeding it up with the numbers. Let's do that first. Maybe it's all in my brain. Maybe it only happens intermittently. There was that one weird thing as if it was hovered over a certain spot. Let's speed this up. This is open. That's what it is. It's when this thing's open and you click this button. Then you click this. And you close this. It pauses it. And it stays paused after that. So this doesn't adjust the is number of things paused is 2. Number of things paused is 1. So when you click this, it needs to change the number of things paused to 0. I think I have a thing. This doesn't work. This only works with spacebar. If speed is greater than 0, number of things paused equals 0. Oh, it didn't do it. Lately, I've noticed it's doing this thing. Oh, it's because I have a fuck up here. That's why. If it's 0, else number of things paused equals 1. Is that right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that time issue with it. I'm gonna have to rewrite the clock, basically. Oh, I also had an idea about alerts earlier. Man, I forgot about that. I gotta add this in. I don't think I have an alerts thing started. We're gonna have to start a new column for this. I want to have these alerts at the top. Okay, we're gonna have to have a new column here. Called alerts. And the alerts are gonna be, we'll just move this over here. We probably want, so there's a couple of things that we gotta do here. We want when a hero is idle. I know we want that one, so let's put that in here. And then there was another thing I just thought of, which is when that construction's completed, we should have it print over to the log, the event log. That's over here. And check if improvement is done. If it's done, we want to do event log dot instance dot add log. County, do we know the county this thing's in? County improvement data. I don't think it knows the county it's in. Improvement name has been completed. All right. Well, that will work for now. It'd be nice to know what county it's in. But like I said, I don't think it's a location. Yeah, it doesn't know its own location. We might have to put that in. Right now, it's not necessary. Did I even test what I was writing? I did not. All right. So this thing's open. I guess maybe we don't need to. This is up to there. Okay, so that's working now. We were already at 8 and it remembered that. Let's put it at 0. Open this up. Close this. Let's put this at there. Open this up. Close it. That's the problem, was the clicking the thing, which I think we have just fixed for the 100th time. Opening, we'll close that issue. We will go back to this issue. Their preferred work is not getting assigned rights. skill list. Generate age, generate skill list, generate preferred work. Get the skill with the highest skill. Then they have a skill. If the value is not equal to skill combat, this is some shit that ChatGPT wrote. Skills sorted by first. Where the skill value, it's checking through all of the skills in some, we're passing in some dictionary. What dictionary are we passing in at this point? New skills. For each all right, so what it's doing is it's making this temporary list. It's passing this in. And then it's making this sorted skill list where the skills, if the value is combat skill, order by descending. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what it's thinking here. What it said. This is returning a combat skill, and it shouldn't. I don't know if that's enough information, but let's see what it says. Here's an updated version. Rolls an intelligence checks and it passes, then the top skill is the preferred skill. If the intelligence check has failed, it is okay. If the random skill. Okay, so it's down here that it thinks that that's all right. We'll just copy and paste this, and we'll just fingers crossed that this is what it's right. It's gonna be really hard to test that one. Maybe we'll keep, instead of closing this, we'll say, well, we'll run it first, but it's gonna be really hard to test that because it could be happening. It's such a random chance that that thing gets hit. It just happened to be that I noticed that it was. I mean, we can click through all of these looking for. Oh, I just thought of another thing we needed to. I know I talked about it, but I don't know if I actually did it. Hit points. The population, we need to show their hit points. Counties, story, war, faction, diplomacy, armies, top event log, player controls, factions. I guess I'll put it in here. Show the player or the population's hit points in the population list and in the description panel. We're not going to do that now. We're going to do that in the next round. But I want to have that there. So what are we doing here? We're looking for their preferred work. Scavenge. Wrong button. So this has been annoying me for a while, and I also think I may have mentioned this, that when you hit close, it doesn't go back to the population list. I think I made that. I think I did that on purpose, but I think it's not good. I think I already checked that guy. He had a 39. Lumberjacking. That guy likes to jacket, huh? Fish. I mean, we could check these all day and still not get one, but none of those were combat skills, so hopefully that's right. Let's go back to this thing. And I'm not going to close it. I'm going to say, I believe this is fixed, but we need to keep an eye on it. I am going to close this. That's it. Okay, now get out of here. Once storage is filled, they will stop working or start looking for a different job. Did we finish that? I guess we never tested it. I was working on that, then I saw that other thing. So storage filled. Let's see here. Where was that? That was like right at the beginning of the stream. Workday over. Generate scavenged resources. Check enough county. Oh no. So this is all I checked was that we did the check for the if there's enough scavenged resources in the county. We did not check to see if there's enough storage. So the storage thing, you know what? Let's test this other thing real quick. We want to see a thing up here over here. There should be there it is. It printed it 4 times. I know it happened. It's printing it for the other players too, or the AI guys. So under here, if I don't think we know, we don't know. We don't know. I guess we might need to know where this is. After all, that's not what I want. I have this open somewhere. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I want to look at county improvement data. I think we're done with that. I think, well, we could be. Token movement keeps getting reopened. I wonder what I'm doing that always reopen. Oh, it's when I do a search for that one thing. County improvement data here. We can put a location in here. It wouldn't be that difficult. And we actually don't even need to, we don't need to put like, we don't need to assign the actual county to it. We can just put a location. So we're going to go private. No, sorry, it's public. Public int location. And then we'll jump back to here. We need this though when this is getting assigned, when the county's getting generated, and these things are being copied over. We need to assign the county location. Faction generation's open. I don't think we need that open. County population generation. We might need that. We need county generation. Probably easier to get to here. Copy and assign resources. Set initial, update initial county storage. Assign faction data to county data. See, this is the number that we need. So we need to we make a copy. Generate buildings. Here we go. Select county. Does the select county at this point know its location? I don't think it does. It's actually, whoops, I saved that broken shit. We no longer call this select county too, so we might as well get this out of here. This is just called county. Let's look. We got county open right here. So it's got the county data. Does the county data know its location? I mean, I feel like county ID is what it is. And I actually, I wasn't sure if we were using that. I know we use it for movement, so this is used all over the place. I'm just going to put that there because sometimes I want to delete that. And I got to change this music. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I know you guys can't hear it, but it was bad. They did this study on servers who work at like a Denny's. I think it was like a Denny's, but they asked their preference of music when they first got hired, and then they played different music. You know, they played what they preferred at the beginning, and they said that the music was great there. And then they slowly changed the music, and eventually the people thought the music was good. So if you just have the same song that you don't like playing in your brain long enough, you'll start liking it. So I always have to switch away from it so I don't start liking things that I don't like, if that makes sense. All right, back to our generation here. Our county improvement. County generation. So then we have the county right here. We're duplicating it and we're adding it in here. But what we need to do, I mean, I guess location equals county data, county ID. So now it's going to know the location, hopefully, of where it is. And then we go back to whatever the fuck I was doing here. If county improvement data, nope. This is going to be like a kind of a two-stepper here. I'm going to put a little thing in here too. Check to only print the logs, the event logs of the players. County improvements. All right. So if we're going to set up something called a faction data equals, this is going to be kind of convoluted, globals.instance county parents get child. Whoa. What did I hit there? Get child location And that's actually going to equal a county. County equals this. We gotta cast it though, and then from the county, we're gonna go county data, faction data, and then if faction data equals player instance player faction data, then we do this. Here we go. I say here we go a lot because I feel confident that we're about to go. I just mean that we're gonna go start. We're gonna run the goddamn thing. My phone just lit up. I think it thought it. Oh yeah, it does. It totally thought I was talking to it. I've never used that in my life, and it appears occasionally. So we want to see this thing complete. And we only want to see one of them this time. There's like a weird little thing down here. Idle workers 0. I have a feeling that that did not print correctly. So let's make sure under county generation, we're duplicating it. We're putting the county name on here with this one. This should be right at the beginning so we can check to make sure that I mean, we know that this is working, otherwise our county improvements would have been fucked across the board there for a long time. This is kind of an interesting thing I was testing. Look at all these getter setters that I was testing. So yeah, these are getting the county improvements. I guess we could do county ID right here and make sure that that's right. And I think that gets generated at a different spot. It's possible that I stopped adding to that. Yeah, we can get rid of that day's starving and that getter setter thing. Yeah, so that's working. That was just for a test that I had. And then there was another one that said getter setter. Must have been for some other test as well. Let me see here. So those are set right. Let's go back to our event thing. Man, I never can find where I'm working. Check to only print the event log if the you know what we could do, and I may have already done this. GD print new log. This will just put all of the things that are. This will just put all of anything that goes into there will go into the console as well. I think. If faction data is equal to this faction, I have a funny feeling that the problem is here. Where is this at? We're in $. County improvement completed. I don't think that's spelled right. Complete. Nah, I don't care. And then we'll do county name, and then we'll do a space, and we'll do county. Oh, we could just do this, and then we'll do this. Could have got rid of that other one there too. We have a lot of log files that are building up. I need to do something about that more permanently. All right, so we have the people working on it, and we're going to speed that up. And then in the morning, they're working there. Nothing popped up here. County improvement completed. That works. So then this must not be equaling this. Very strange. Or are we getting like a bug? No. Or yeah, we'll put the same thing, and then we'll say faction data, faction name, and we'll see if that prints the correct faction name. We use the player faction data all the time. Did I like? Nope, that's right. We need to build a county improvements. Bump that to 8. Portland is AI faction 1. Portland is not AI faction 1. These all say that they're AI faction 1. What? County data. Not that. We want the counties. Well, that's a strange thing to encounter. That should happen to a point. But like this is in Tillamook. That's a different faction. Portland is the players faction. Or it's supposed to be. That's a strange one. And it's getting the right county because we're returning the county, and it's getting the county improvement data. It's getting the right county. And then this county is that county. And then it's getting the county data faction data. I wonder if this has been like some crazy thing that's been broken forever. We have other things that test this though. Faction data, county equals county data. These are blue, so it's getting the thing from here. We run into a bunch of strange issues here. Check to only print the event logs of the, yeah. We know the county is right because it's saying. Let's go back to our, maybe we need to regenerate the counties. I don't think we do, but maybe we do. When we are generating the counties here, assign county data to faction. We're checking these faction datas for some reason. There was that weird implosion a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Where is this shit? Faction data's under globals. That seems like a weird place to put that. And wonder why I was manually assigning it when I already manually assigned it. It's probably because that, no, that shouldn't matter. What is this thing? Faction datas. Okay, so that's wrong. I mean, that's right. It's just an empty one to start with, and we're probably generating it under that thing I closed it earlier. Faction generation. So at some point we're assigning, okay, here it is. Wait, isn't this an array though? Faction data is an array. If it's an array, we can't just add it to it, I don't think. Yeah, it says it's an array right there. We should probably get rid of this, have it in the faction node children. They were all assigned which one? Faction AI 1. One is 0. So I'm wondering if it's, since this doesn't have the slots open, it's just adding 1. I wonder why it wouldn't bug out then. Like there's not enough. Because where do I set the number, this array, to the size? You gotta set a size. I'm treating this more like a list than an array. Okay, this is very bizarre, and I wonder if this has been happening the whole time and has never noticed. But then the player thing, when I've tested against the player faction all the time, but there was that thing a while ago where there was like a bad resource, so everything fucking imploded. So this is a for loop. and it's going through each file that's in here, which is just these 4 of them. And it adds it to this array. I don't think that's gonna work. It's a Godot array too, which is even more weird. Maybe that's why the add thing is working. Otherwise, prefer .NET collections such as arrays or lists. It tells you right in the Godot thing not to use this. I think I was trying to be able to see that. Let's change this to a list of faction datas. I often mess around with trying to get the Godot collections because sometimes they'll show in the inspector, and that was in the inspector. And it is an array of 4, and they're all different. I mean, I guess I could put that back. We know that's working. So this is working here. I got something else going wrong in that one thing. And the one thing, for each county in under construction, so this is only going to check the ones that are under construction. This list is in the county data. It's only checking if it's done. No problem, Lord Mac. I understand people have lives. They got things they got to do. If well, sleep is something people have to do. Sleeping is definitely something people have to do. I think there's like this right here somewhere. And it's like right in front of my face, but I don't see it. All right, we have the county name. Okay, wait. This is part of the problem. This is just getting it from here, but we got to make sure that this location is pulling right. Okay, so this could be the problem because this ID could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of sleeping. I was actually talking to the woman who works at the coffee shop today, and we were both saying how much we enjoy sleeping because sleeping is the best. Oh, we got to start a county improvement though. You know, though, now that I stopped this because I was like, wait, we're in the county data. I don't think we need to do any of this shit. What are we doing? We're checking if the improvements are done. We don't need to do any of this shit. All we need to do is that. Now let's test it again. Yeah, I wish that I could sleep more comfortably, more deeply. And I had to make up a rule where the cat can't sleep in the room when I'm sleeping because he always wakes me up. I don't know what his problem is. He hates my guts, and he just always wakes me up. Yeah, so all of that big long thing, there's something was wrong in there, and all we needed to do was that. Uh, how much time do I got? 12 minutes. We might be able to knock out another one of these. Not that one. Let's double check this. This one might be the last one for today. These other ones are might be kind of gnarly. This one I thought I was doing the experience gain with their skill check, but let's look at that and make sure because I did put that in there for some reason at some point. So basically, what we're doing is for any of this skill check, we can actually just look. It's under skill data. Um, like one of these possible resources used. I don't think we are actually. Oh god damn it. Maybe there's another way to do that. I guess not. We want to go to this check here. Yeah, so it doesn't automatically check for learning. So that's, I think why I have that set to not automatically check for learning is because there might be times you don't want to do a learning check, but you know what we could do is put in here a bool and just say, and then we can just put, because then otherwise we're going to have a skill check and then the check for learning on like everything. Oh, but we're going to have to rewrite how this whole thing works, which isn't the end of the world. But we need to know the county population and the skill data that they're passing in. Let's put this back then. I just have a feeling it's once again, it's like manually adding all of this shit. See how slowly that went away? Manually adding it so that there's doing 2 checks is really error prone. Like we saw earlier, I was just like missing one thing and it fucked up the whole deal. Do I have any notes in here? Improved skills, attributes, and possible perks. Oh, it's talking about actually something else, but it's perks are a whole different thing. This should be broken into 2 things. Let's look for this. So the banker, this is under research. Battle. This is in the whatchamacallit, which will probably the global. Yeah, see, we're not doing any. So this needs to. This is actually 2 different things. Let's do this. This part, when working and building. And then we need another thing that's going to be for the next round. We want to add 2 things, actually. Improve attributes. And I don't know if I want to. It's probably not. Probably I don't want to do improving of attributes since we have so many people. And I think that will be like more of a thing where you'll, whatever. I am not sure if we want to improve attributes or not, but I'm just going to put this in here and then gain. So we need to gain and remove perks. And that we definitely want, because like the people who are unhelpful, we need to be able to get that off of them. And then we want to also be able to, there's the leader of people perk, where you want to be able to like train people in that or whatever. So that's definitely a thing. But the thing that I was thinking it was telling us was that let's get rid of these things while I'm here. I'm gonna get rid of this suppression file at some point. I'm gonna know the cure for all of these. And we're gonna also fix all these at some point. Again, so what I was thinking is that when the workday is over, we also need to generate, like we could do it right here. They've already worked. It's updating their activity. We need to go like county population dot. We don't know what skill they use though. So what we do here, actually, we know that they, well, let's put it in a better spot. Let's put it where they actually use their skill. So wherever we have them generate scavenge resources with skill check, we need to put down here. We have 2 of them. I need to combine this somehow so that I'm not having to update 2 things. Learn from learn skill. No. Improve skill. Then we'll put like the county population, skill. Where the fuck was that? It was under skill data. And skill data is where we have the skill. Do we know? We do. We're going to go like this. This is actually at the... Oh, but we need it inside the skill check because we don't know if they actually pass the skill. We're doing the skill check here, and then we're going to do... Oh, and actually, it doesn't matter. That's not how skills work in this. So this is back to the thing. Do we want it to improve skill or learning skill check, which we already actually know what this is. Learn. Oh, it doesn't know what the county population is here though. All right. We'll go back to here and then we'll have to put it in here. And then we'll put it at the bottom because it doesn't matter which one they scavenged at. Look at that blurb. Learn amount, check learning. And it wants a county population. It wants itself in there. Okay. And then what was the other thing it wanted? The skill data. We're inside the skill data. This has to be fixed. This is obvious that this needs to be fixed. Because that one guy's comment, it changed how everything works. How much time do I have? I have no time. All right, so let's put this at the top for next weekend. Since I now know how a better way to use classes in resources or public classes, skill data check or learning can now be done the good way. Update it. All right, so basically we're not gonna be passing in all of this stuff. We're going to be we can just use this like straight up. We're hitting that exact skill, and so we can just check for learning. It already knows the county population. The goddamn county population is running it. I guess maybe it wouldn't know the county population, but it's gonna know the skill. So we could run the skill and then just pass in itself, and it will check for learning. So that will be better. We can get rid of one thing on there, but basically we need to do that. This should be up here. We need to do that in make sure to check for learning each time the skill is used. Maybe I need to do it just always. You always get skill. Then I could pull that out of there and just put it in the skill check. There's probably a better way to do that. I'm talking fast as I can because I'm running out of time here. All right, I'm gonna push this shit to where we didn't get done. I was hoping this weekend. I don't even know what I did today. Fixed a major work assignment bug and a few other small things. There we go. That's all we did. I'm going to push this, and then I'm going to, speaking of sleeping, I'm going to take a nap after this. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will talk to you next week when sometimes I'm productive. I feel like I got some stuff done, but like I way overestimated. Again, I do that all the time. But we're almost done to the next round. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you guys for jumping by. I will talk to you next time.